So you probably have seen several of these video capture cards flying all over the place. They are sold all over Amazon from different sellers, pretty much all rebrands. So are these capture cards any good? Let's find out. Hey everybody, welcome to REYTech Media. My name is Joe, and as I was saying just a few seconds ago, there have been many people selling these types of HDMI to USB capture cards. They are going really cheap, especially in these days because of the pandemic and COVID and everybody being at home. There are so many people trying to test their luck at live streaming their video games, going to Twitch or YouTube Live and stuff like that. Many people would love to do this, but they are on a very tight budget, and for some reason, well, it's actually pretty obvious, demand and supply, but the name brand capture cards such as Elgato have been pretty much impossible to get. And if you can find available capture cards by Elgato, they are very expensive, like twice as expensive as usual, and they're not really cheap, in their ordinary price. So it comes to our attention that these little capture cards right here are so cheap, and you have to wonder, are they any good? Well, I actually got this for exactly something, well, sorry, not exactly, I will put the exact price right here, but I got it for just under $4 because Amazon Prime benefit, as well as a coupon that I found online. So the base price for this little device was already very low at under $13, plus the coupon, or minus the coupon, it went all the way down to just under $4. Now these capture cards come in various sellers, various branding. I'm not sure if it's a single factory that's building a lot of this and selling them to several sellers, but either way, Atomos is one of them. You probably know Atomos. They make these amazing displays that have video capture abilities built into them. They are very expensive. Usually YouTubers that have already a very good success buy those capture card screen type combo, because they're actually very good ways to capture video directly from an HDMI source. Anyway, Atomos bought this and they are selling it at a very high price, just because the Atomos brand tax, I guess. So if you see this by Atomos, don't buy it. Just don't buy it. You can, however, try your luck with these. As long as they are under $20, you wouldn't be missing out on too much in case they're not good. Now, from EposVox, I think it was, I have heard that, well, in one of his recent videos, which I will link down below, some people have had bad luck with these video capture cards or devices because some do not have a heatsink in the main chip. Now, I did remove the screws here to take this apart, and I did find out that this one does in fact have the heatsink, so I guess I was lucky, especially considering that I got it for under $4. Anyway, how does it work? Actually pretty good considering the price. I mean, you do get what you pay for, but for the price, it is really good. Now, by now you should be seeing some test footage that I managed to capture from a Nintendo Switch. Now, the main things to consider here are as follows. Sometimes, or for most sellers anyway, you're not gonna get anything besides the device right here. This is, for example, another one, because I actually bought this one first because I was looking into them. I was already, wanting to buy one just to test them out, but I didn't want to pay anything over $20, and most of them were going at the time for $25, $30, and that's still a good price, mind you. However, when I saw this one at $13 or so, I immediately bought it, and just the next day after I bought this one, I saw this one under $4 with the coupon, like I said before. So I had to buy it as well, because just on a whim. I guess I bought it on a whim. Anyway, most of these sellers just include this device as is. This one came in a box just like this one. It's from another brand actually, but there are some brands out there that sell you this little device with an extension cable. It's a very short one from what I've seen in the pictures. It's actually better if you use an extension cable, because this can be a little, cumbersome. It is kind of thick from the sides, so if you have tight spaced USB ports, you might want to have to use the extension cable. So if you do find one of these with the extension cable, which I will try to link down below, these are affiliate links by the way, if I find them, I will link them down below. Now let's see, I don't think that this was coming with an extension cable, but just to show you the, I guess, unboxing experience. It's not an amazing unboxing or anything like that, but it is what it is. And yeah, it seems like all we get here are, same exact thing. Like I said, it's different seller, pretty much the same. Just a user manual and the device. So nothing too interesting here. So is it worth it? I mean, $4, and you're looking at the footage down there. Definitely yes. I'm very happy that I got it. It's not like I'm gonna be using it much, because I don't really do any streaming for games or whatever. One thing to note though, that if you do want to do streaming of your gameplay, you will need a device that lets you pass through from your console or whatever it is that you try to plug it into it, and the pass through the TV and to this one, pretty much like a splitter, HDMI splitter. They call it a pass through. This one doesn't have pass through, obviously. You just have an input and the output, which is what you plug into your computer. If you do try to play like this, there is some input lag. It's almost a full second from what I could tell, and you can see it right now in the footage. It is not a good idea to play directly into the video that is captured from this device. So if you do want to get into live streaming, I would recommend that you get an extra adapter for whether it's an HDMI splitter or pass-through device, so that you can actually connect your console directly to the TV as well as this device at the same time. Now, I tested this device in two computers, one of them being my MacBook Pro. It's an old computer, but it's the one I have for video editing. It's from 2015, and I have to say the performance on that one was atrocious. I really do not recommend it. If you have an old MacBook, do not use this, or do not buy this. It's gonna work really bad. I'm not sure if you got an Elgato or high-end USB device, if it will work properly on the MacBook. I'm more inclined to think that this is not the device fault, but the MacBook's fault for being an old dual core computer. I also tested this on a 2016 Dell Inspiron. It's a Core i7 with quad core, 8 threads, 16 gigs of RAM. It's top spec for the time. And this is the footage that you are seeing right now. It was captured using that device, that computer. It was pretty good. I was very, very, very happy to see the results actually. One thing to note is that if you are using OBS, if you select this as the video input device or the video capture device, you only get the video for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't realize it because I wasn't using any monitoring of the audio on OBS when I was capturing this footage. But eventually I realized that the audio levels on OBS were completely dead. There was no indication of any audio being captured. So I realized I did have to add the capture of the audio. It also comes from here, so the audio is perfectly synced from what I could tell, so no worries about that. But like I said, there is some delay from what you are inputting in your control, your game control, and what you are seeing on OBS. So not a good idea to play directly into that, like I said before. If you want to try to get into streaming on a very tight budget, I would recommend that you get this. You start out with this. Like, again, if you're a really tight budget and you want to get started, you have to get started. Don't wait until you have money for an Elgato. That will probably take you several months to save for the money, and then even if the device is available to buy. So I would say go for it. You will probably have to pay, if you don't find a coupon, you might have to pay, I don't know, $20 tops for this. Like I said, there are some for $13. They're basically the same device, and the only thing though, like I said, you might want to take it apart to see if it has the heatsink, or if you don't want to mess up the warranty and you want to try to return the device, you might have to do some testing. And if it gets really hot, because mind you, this does get hot when you are using it, but if it gets like really hot, it's going to be damaged very quickly. So if you are testing it and in a few minutes you start feeling that it is very hot, like really uncomfortable to hold, then you can pretty much bet that it does not have a heatsink and it is going to get damaged from the heat. This one did get pretty hot on the MacBook. It didn't get as hot on the Dell Inspiron. However, even when it was on the MacBook, it didn't get so hot that I thought that it would be damaged. If you don't care about the warranty, then you can go ahead and try to disassemble it. All you have to do is get a screwdriver like this, and you remove 2 screws. That's all you have. You just pull it out. See, this is the heatsink that I'm talking about. If your device does not have this heatsink, it's going to get damaged, 100% guaranteed. So it's really easy to take apart and to put back together. Don't do it if you are planning on returning it, of course, because you're going to void the warranty. Even if it doesn't have a sticker like mine did right here, you might have some sort of indication on the inside that it was tampered with, and they might reject your return. It's only $20 tops. If you decide to try it, I would say go for it. If it gets too hot, buy another one from another seller. I will link this one and the other one that I bought as 2 alternatives. And I guess this is it. I do recommend it. Again, sorry if I'm repeating myself too much. You do need a pass-through if you're going to play from it. If you want to capture game content anyway. If you want to capture video, I didn't really try, but I don't think you can capture, from a Blu-ray player because of DRM and copy protection and stuff like that. It really usually doesn't work. It's only meant for, you can connect the video camera. If you have a clean HDMI out, you can use your DSLR, for example, as a webcam. Mine doesn't, because it has the big box for autofocus there. So not a good idea. If your camera doesn't have a clean HDMI. If it does, well, you can use it as a webcam. It is detected by OBS, it is detected by Zoom, Skype, pretty much any program that uses a webcam can use this as a device for video capture. So 100% recommended if you are on a very tight budget. If you do have a budget to buy something better, then by all means buy something better. So this is it. Sorry if I made it too long. Anyway, this has been it. Thank you for being here. If you got it all the way, if you like these kinds of videos, then please consider subscribing. So again, my name is Joe. Thank you for being in REYTech Media, and I hope to see you in the next one. So God bless you.